Happy Tuesday, everyone. Welcome to another 10-minute Tuesday. This is where I challenge myself to create something for my junk journals in 10 minutes or less. And today I will try to make a collaged 8.5 by 11 inch masterboard within 10 minutes. I'm not sure that I can do it, but I will try my best. My name is Laura and I'm from the Queen of Mirth. I have literally been making books and many other kinds of art for well over 50 years. So, without further ado, let's get on with it. The first thing I have to do every 10-minute Tuesday is to set my timer, which will make a big dinging sound in 10 minutes. So, here we go. And this is a piece of light cardstock that I'm going to be making the masterboard on. There. A masterboard, as I think you know, is a larger piece of paper or something that is collaged upon, so that it can be cut up and used in different projects. It's like making something in advance. It does save time, and it uses up a lot of scraps. I'm all for the masterboard, believe me. So here we go. There are a number of people on YouTube who've made masterboards. I've seen a couple. One is Pam from the Paper Outpost, and one is Diane H. And everybody does it a little bit differently. But they're handy little things to have. And I have so many scraps. I don't know if you can see the whole pile I have in front of me, but I just have a pile of them. Now, I would say that when making this, it's probably good not to put too much forethought into everything. I can't anyway, because I'm doing a 10-minute challenge. And I want to cover the entire thing in the 10 minutes. And the reason why I do these is because I think it's kind of good to show that these, that almost everybody, if you really want to, you can have the time to do art projects. They don't all have to take a long time to do. So, yeah. Some of these scraps, I mean, I recognize this one I'm doing right now, this paper. I can remember having this for about 10 years. Well, it was a whole piece of scrapbook paper at the time, but I recognized the print, and I used it way back in the day, or way back then, and this is probably the end of it. But I'm happy I didn't throw it away. And the other thing is that you may not want to do this, but I sometimes like to mix up my different types of paper. Like, for example, this one with the printing is from a magazine, and it's a bit glossy, but it's an old magazine, so it's kind of yellowed, and I like it. And I don't mind mixing and matching my different types of paper. But not everybody likes to do that. So, and I'm using art glitter glue for this. I could have used glue stick, but I think that the art glitter glue is just fine. Some of the papers I'm using are from scrapbook paper that, you know, just little scraps of it. Some are from magazines, and some are from various projects that I have done in the past, and that I just had bits of paper left over from. Oh, I think I'm wasting time by messing around thinking about which paper to use. That's why I just want to kind of go for it. I really do want to meet this challenge because I didn't meet the one last week. Which was a little bit sad, but you know, what can you do? So eventually, after this is done, I'll be able to cut it up for tags and for pockets and various things in my junk journals. And it'll save me time then. I love paper. It's one of the, there are a few things that I really love. Well, there are a number of things I really love in this world. One of them is paper. One of them is fabric, like beautiful fabric. One of them is beads, glass beads, or beads made out of glass and made out of natural materials, not plastic. Love beads. I started collecting beads, I remember, in 1966, because I was in San Francisco and down in the Haight-Ashbury area, went into a bead store, fell in love with the beads, and then a couple of days later was a Sunday, so I went to the flea market in Alameda across the San Francisco, or the Golden Gate Bridge, and I bought a whole treasure trove of jewelry, bead jewelry that were all strung together, but they were all from about the 1920s, and I got them at good prices. I was so happy. And then I came back home to Vancouver with my beads, and that started me on a lifetime of beading and making earrings and other jewelry. So after I brought those beads back to Vancouver and took them apart, I recreated them into earrings and other kinds of jewelry, and sold them. And that's how I partially supported myself back then. So these things have been going on for a really long time for me, and I'm so happy about it, and I'm very happy that I can be doing it today. I mean, oh, who would have thought that I'd be so blessed? It's wonderful. And I hope that, like, what I really want to do is just share with everyone, like everyone who wants me to share with, you know, like everything I know about art, and you know, that's kind of why I'm here. That's kind of why I do what I do. It's even why I have an Etsy store. I have my little Etsy store called Queen of Mirth, just like this channel. And I have it because I really wanted to, you know, share my designs. it's just such a beautiful thing to be able to do. Oh, what am I going to do here? I no matter what, I can't just grab anything and throw it on. I have to at least look at the colors. I have all pretty muted colors here, and I hope that some of these things are a little bit interesting to you. This is a thing where I was supposed to go to the doctor, you know, and that they're making an appointment at their office, and they fill out a little card or something. So that's my, you know, this is truly is in the spirit of junk journaling, where we take things that would have been cast away and unappreciated and turn them into art. Oh, I missed the challenge. Oh well, I'm just about done. And I don't think I was going slower than I had to because of talking, because I was, I think, moving pretty fast. But, you know, seriously, I never know if I'm going to make the challenge or not. And I always choose a challenge for myself that is a challenge. You know, I know that I might not be able to do it because it wouldn't be any fun and to just, you know, plan it all and know that I'm going to do it and meet the challenge. Like, it's kind of ridiculous. And it wouldn't be a challenge. So, and I like to rip the edges. I've used straight edges on the edges of my cardstock, but I like to actually tear the edges where possible because it looks softer. And I don't know, I think that torn edges are beautiful. And I like using a combination of script or text and images and patterns. It's really kind of nice how things can just, even if they look like they aren't going to match, when they're all put together, they have a very pleasant, pleasing look to them. And I'm putting some things like upside down, sideways, whatever, because I don't want there to be necessarily an up and a down, because I don't know what I'm going to be making with this in the future. And also, like with the written text, if it's upside down, it's not that easy to read. And I don't want it to be like some kind of a focal point where you feel like you have to read it, because that's not the point. The point is that it's part of an overall design. So I appreciate the technology too. You know, I'm really grateful for that we have this YouTube and we have these computers, and you know, I'm using my iPhone to film this. I have it stuck up above my hands. Or yeah, I'm actually doing this at a table, and I have my iPhone rigged up above me, and it's filming it upside down because it's on the opposite side of the table, which is fine because when I edit it, which I'm learning how to do, but when I edit it, I just rotate the whole thing, and then it flips to the right side. So when you're viewing the video, it will be flipped the other way, so that it will be, you'll be observing from behind me, not on the opposite side. I didn't know how, I had never filmed a video. I mean, well, yeah, I had never filmed a video. Even though I had an iPhone, I didn't use the video thing. And I had never in my life edited anything like that. And I've learned on my own during COVID. So I'm kind of happy with myself over that. Now, I got to tell you, I didn't meet the challenge, so I'm taking a little longer than I would have to make this master board, because I have the time now, so I can plan things out a little bit better than I would have had I been within my 10 minutes. I hope next Tuesday, though, that I will be able to win. I don't want to say the word win, because then it implies that I lost, and I don't think I've lost a thing by not meeting the challenge. I just think that I didn't meet the challenge. But it's not that big of a deal. The main thing is that we're here and doing this. I'm so happy with it. So, yeah, this is script. And I think it's so pretty. In fact, I think the whole thing is pretty. No kidding. I don't think you can see this pile of scraps that I have on the table. It's hilarious. Oh, I didn't mention, I also have some wrapping paper scraps in here. You know, when somebody has a birthday and there's, they unwrap the gift and there's a little bit of paper there, not enough to wrap another gift. Well, guess who takes it home? Although now that we have this COVID thing, I haven't been going to many birthdays. I went to one, but it was a socially distanced one. It was my little granddaughter. She turned 9 years old. And we were social distancing at her birthday outside. And it was beautiful. It was a wonderful day, a wonderful experience. I'm just so happy that we were able to do that. Okay, here, I'm going to put this in here because I don't, there can be a bit of a problem if I made a smaller tag. It would just be this thing. And I do want a collaged look on whatever it is that I'm going to use this for. So the whole thing is covered, except a little tiny bit right there, I think, which I can cover with this. Some antique grid paper, not the original, but a copy that I have used for a lot of things. That I just photocopy it. And yeah. So I'll put another bit of this butterfly paper on. We're pretty much done. And like I say, if I had been still doing the challenge, if I had made it within the challenge, I wouldn't have been doing all this. So here we are. Maybe another one of this. See how the eye travels, this pink, this one. Well, I think I'll put one here, and then we have kind of a circular aspect, which is nice in terms of composition. So, later when I use, okay, I'm finished. But I want to say that later when I use this, like suppose, here's a tag here. Suppose I covered a tag like this with it, or I made a tag. I would just cut this out and stick it on, and then I would have something fussy cut to have a focal point. Maybe two things, maybe like a a beautiful romantic woman and a butterfly up here, or maybe a beautiful rose and, well, say it again, a butterfly up here, something like that. Anyway, just, you know, or a crown, or, you know, whatever. Oh, so anyway, thank you very much for being here and for coming with me on my challenge. I will see you for another 10-minute challenge next Tuesday, but in the meantime, there will be a couple more videos put up about various other things to do with junk journaling. And I hope that you'll subscribe to my channel, which is a very new one, and I can use all the help I can get. And if you could like my videos, that would be really helpful as well. YouTube brings more traffic to me if there's action on my channel. Anyway, thank you so much, and I wish you all the very, very best. Take care.